Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. It's later in the day. I wanted to wait. I wanted to see if McDonald's was going to announce what they were intending to do. They told their workers at corporate to work from home, I think Monday through Wednesday, because they were going to make some layoffs, key decisions. So that's very important. When McDonald's is cutting back, that means something. You know, they're also trying to watch their bottom line for their shareholders and keep very profitable. But it's very interesting. So very eager to see what they're going to do. Also, I drove around today, had to go to a friend's house, and I noticed a lot more gardens, I think, are tilled up. You know, the space for them. I noticed a few people that never had chickens before had new coops or took existing buildings and added some fencing around the outside of them. So that was really good to see. The more food that is produced in my area, that's very important. I want you also to start thinking about this. The military side of me. I want you to be very observant in your area you have influence in, control on. Now, if you're in the country, your distance from your house is going to be further out, probably, compared to the people that live in the suburbs or the city, just because of the amount of people there. I want you to pay attention to key intersections. Can you observe these key intersections from a safe location? Can you put them under observation? Be it, you know, where there's a lot of traffic coming together. You need to start thinking, can I observe places near me that I could monitor the flow of people, be it walking or be it in vehicles. It's just something you need to get to figure out right now. If you're near a bridge and it's a key bridge and there's not another bridge, because around here there might not be another bridge to cross in that general cardinal direction for a little bit, and probably out west and in certain other areas where there's not a lot of people, it'll probably be worse. You need to start observing and figuring out, can I put a key intersection under observation safely without no one seeing me? Could I find a hidey hole to observe it? That's all I want you to do. Find these, start thinking, because your area you're in is going to be important. Don't worry about what's happening in Washington, D.C. Make sure you find out what's going around your neck of the woods. So just put that on the back burner. I have an intersection near me and I can put it under observation from a safe location, in the woods, not being seen. I can get into that. I'm not really going to call it an LPOP, but yeah, it is a listening post, observation post. I can get into that location, going through woods, going through some rough terrain, and probably no one would see me when I got into that position or even going into that position. Now, granted, I'm in the country, so a lot easier for me. So that's your homework assignment. I'll explain at a later date why, but you need to start thinking that way. Gold was up today. I think it closed over $2,000 an ounce. The stock market was up over 320 points, something like that. I think it just closed, or it's going to close any second. So don't look at the stock market to evaluate the economy. I think it's not a good indicator of what's really going on. Today, we had some major OPEC countries announcing some cuts, and immediately the price of oil shot up over 6%. I think it closed at 6%. That's very important. That was a shot across our bow financially. Countries are telling us they don't need us anymore, they don't want us anymore, and they're not going to listen to us. We are losing influence in the world. We're losing influence in the world because I believe personally that Biden is a very weak president. I can see that he is, I want to say, he's not all there. He's old. I wish he was there. But when he comes down for a press conference about a shooting and he talks about ice cream, it was an embarrassment. The world thinks he's an embarrassment. That's just the facts on the ground. So if you're a Democrat, sorry, he's a very weak leader. He comes across very weak. And it's influencing our position in the world. I think the Afghanistan disaster of pulling out, leaving all that stuff there, the world can see that when it gets, gets rough for us, we just tuck tail and leave. So Saudi Arabia is not going to support us. That's just the bottom line. There's a bunch of other countries that are getting away from the dollar. It's downright scary if you look at it every day and see more and more erosion of people wanting or needing the dollar. Also, I read something about Mexico might side with the BRIC nations, and that would definitely be detrimental to our U.S. dollar. And they're our neighbors to the south. So I think the world is realizing we are a dying empire. That's probably why I feel the need to keep preparing, keep prepping, and doing everything I can to get the infrastructure done here. Your survival will be based on your infrastructure. Think about it. Do I have things here that could sustain me? Now, the more you put in now, the easier it's going to be, because we have Lowe's, Walmart, all kinds of Amazon. We got everything we need to get the supplies to make the infrastructure. The infrastructure to you might be different than what I'm going. You might be, hey, I need to raise sheep, or I need to have goats, or you need to get the infrastructure. It's going to be hard to survive without the infrastructure to support. Like you say, I need rabbits, so you might get a couple rabbits, and you barely have adequate shelter for them. So it's going to be almost impossible to expand. When the balloon goes up, there's going to be no way to go get supplies. So infrastructure is so important. Good infrastructure lets you take care of the animals or do whatever task more efficiently. And it is all about efficiency. You can't waste any time. In a grid down event or SHT event, you got to get your things done quickly, efficiently, because there's going to be so much to do. One of the big things would be is watching your property for security. So if you're too busy trying to take care of some animals or do something to get a food source in, there's less time to do something else. So also, if you can't get your tasks done when the sun's out and you don't have any electricity, you don't have a good off-grid power plan, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So infrastructure, and that's what I'm trying to work on, get the infrastructure in place. I need to pour some concrete. If I don't pour concrete and SHTF happens, that's going to cause a problem. It'll be more efficient for me to have the concrete so I can do some things I need to do. So I hope you're prepping. I hope you feel the urgency. I don't want you to feel the fear. But if you need to be motivated by a little fear, get motivated. There's so many people that are prepping right now, and they're doing the best they can. And I talk to people all the time that don't have the resources to prep the way they want to. I can't give you a solution for that. I could say go get a part-time job, but if you get a part-time job, you probably won't have time to prep. So you got to juggle. It's hard. I think the best thing you could do is build relationships with other people that can help you, and you can help them. There's no way you could probably go out and learn how to set up your own solar system and get some off-grid power. But if you can find another prepper that's a master at that, then you can have them help you. You go help them on their garden or something else. You're going to have to build relationships. A lot of people I talk to say, Dave, I have no one. Some say I got family, but they're not prepping at all, and they make fun of me. As long as you got family that love you and you care for each other, you'll do okay. They'll come around. The problem is, are you going to be able to take care of them when the grid goes down? Probably not. Most people don't have lots of extra money to help their family out. Hopefully your family will wake up. But for those that don't have people in their lives, you got to get out there and find some hobbies that other people are enjoying. So gardening. You need to contact every agency in your county to find out if there's a garden club or any type of farm club, anything. There might be a chicken club in your area. You have to take the effort and get out there. So don't look for preppers. I gotta find preppers. No, look for good people that are doing tasks that are prepper related. From gardening to animals. those things, you will have a shot at meeting maybe some preppers. But if you don't get out there, you're not going to meet anyone. Continue to prep. That's why I'm full speed ahead working on infrastructure. I hope you're working like crazy. Every day there is more evidence that the US dollar is not wanted in the world. When that happens, it's going to be really hard to prepare, to prep, to stockpile. So do the best you can with the resources you have. Thanks for watching.